Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Dark Polago. Thanks for joining me on another morning watches building session. Today is April 1st. It's the first of the month. That's right. It's the beginning of the month, and yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I'm Dark Polago. I'm a smart money, dark pool, and block trade algorithm software analyst. I look for divergence. I play in lands of divergence. We find stocks and options that are going to make a greater than expected move today. And with that being said, we have a bunch of stuff to go over. There's news out of China. There's some earnings we got to get through. Killa's the first one here this morning. What's up, brother? And yeah, it's Lotto Friday, so don't lose your butt on a Friday. Don't give back any gains you made this week. It's not worth it. Take the day off. Go to Vegas, hang out with your bros, hang out with your homies. Right? Do what you need to do, but just don't give away your money. Okay? We'll get into some futures. We got some news to cover. We do have some events today that are going to affect the market. And I'm looking at the ES right now, and it's at kind of a key level. Really, if it starts breaking down below 45.35, 45.40, below that 2-hour Ichimoku cloud, we've got a dip to 44.86, 44.50-esque area. That's the next level where machines will come in and start defending. But looks like we're getting some curling over, some MACDs, some RSIs, some Bollinger Bands are starting to flare in. Fractal energy is at a low. I mean, we're at an area where we can, if we reject the 8 and the 21 on the lower time frames, that'll push us down to previous quant levels where we'll come in and find some support. It may be a quick flush, or it may be a slow meltdown. It is first of the month. Usually things are pretty bullish first of the month, right? All that fresh new money, smart money's coming in. They've got a new book that they have to make for the month. So it should be interesting. Let's get into the news, shall we? All right, first up, let me go over this. I love this chart. I love this chart setup. There's so much data going on here. You guys have no clue what I see. I see the future. And the future is Tesla falling in. No, I'm just kidding. Where's my magic? There we go. All right, that Tesla wedge we were playing in yesterday broke out. Definitely went short on that sucker. I was trying to hold longs till about here. I was like, nope, it's not going to give it up. Should have switched to shorts, but I did. So we have a failed bull flag breakout, reversion to the 21. Tesla did test a 21, except for everything's kind of pointed down. So consolidation, right? Consolidation for the next move up or continued failure. We will find out. I got my magic counts. We're going to go 3 and 4. Okay. Listed Chinese companies stocks are rising. That includes Baba, Baidu, JD, and others. Okay. Bloomberg reported that Chinese authorities are preparing to give the U.S. regulators full access to auditing reports and most of the 200 plus companies listed in the New York Stock Exchange. The reason that is so big is because it's China, and China doesn't ever let anybody in to see anything. Okay, so you want to play runaway trains today? Baba, Baidu, JD, Pinduoduo, that's another favorite. Like anything that's a EDU, anything that's a Chinese listed technology, those ADRs, they're going to be up today. Okay, so play the retrace, slap yourself a fib on there, look at some Keltner channel levels, right? Baidu 4-hour mid, weekly mid top 148, 4-hour top 50-day 150, right? Look for that pullback, look for that retrace to support them. You know, throw a fib from the high to the low, look for that 618 or 50% bounce, boom, right? With that, with this one, I think that 50% retrace is going to be 4-hour mid. Let's look at Baidu, shall we? Let's do this. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Right there it is. 618, 50% retrace is a perfect move back down to the 4-hour bottom. Daily mid for a move back to 4-hour mid, 4-hour top, right? Rally up, profit taking, pull back, rip. Slingshot squeeze, MACD crossing over. Baidu looks good. They're all pretty much going to be the same. right? BABA fib for our top, for our bottom, right? We're in the daily cloud, so this move back on BABA to the 618. I think BABA only moves back a little bit, 114-esque, holds this 200-day, and then there's a move through the daily cloud to weekly mid. So I say 115, 117, 119, 120, right? 115, 120 on BABA at least, right? Squeezes are happening all over the place. Low, high, mid compression, slingshots. Yeah, BABA looks pretty decent. They make for good Lotto Fridays. Okay. All right. BlackBerry had earnings. This is one of those little meme stocks that sometimes can get some movement going on, right? Below the 50, below 200. Not even one interested in looking at it. Too many other things to play. EV retail or EV car sales data came out today as well. We need to look at that. Okay. All right. And healthcare, not seeing anything off of what we usually play. Arca Biopharma shares are down 28% after the company announced that its drug therapy for COVID failed to meet the primary endpoint with statistical significance in phase 2. There you go. That's gonna be a sub dollar penny stock soon. Okay. All right, financials, nothing coming through in the way of like banks or credit card companies that we usually play. So you just skip over that. Energy, industrial materials. CF said this might be a fun one for later down the road. CF said the company plans to increase overseas shipments to regions plagued by fertilizer shortages, including Latin America. Right? As supplies slow from Russia. I don't know. It's fine. It's 200. This rounded top is not very bullish in my opinion either. So I would wait above 103, move to 108 on CF. Okay, here we go. Consumer news. Number one consumer news is obviously GameStop. Right, the shares are up 12% after hours, but more importantly, it overtook its 200-day on the lower time frames. Okay, also took it retested the 200-day on the 4-hour 21. Right, if I was smart and I was paying attention to this crap, I would have got in here. Right, that's an easy move. Okay, easy move for our 200 SMA right there. Bull flag happening. Why is everybody freaking out? GameStop said it intends to implement a stock split through a special dividend. What they're going to do is they're going to open it up to investors to vote if they want to release or increase the shares available from 100 million to something like $1 billion. Well, what is that going to do? It's going to make GameStop more affordable, but this company is not valued at $200. Please, right? Ford is Ford. Ford Motor Company, $20 stock. GameStop, $200 stock. Anyway, do what you want. LI ordered reported March deliveries. So did NEO and so did FSR. Their deliveries more than doubled from a year ago, right? LI is one of my favorite companies to play because it gives you such great up and down moves, okay? Slingshot squeeze getting ready to release. MACD getting ready to cross over. Any sort of a pullback to 27 for support. Look to go long. Inverted or cup and handle. Right. So 27. Right. There may be a quick dip down to the 4-hour 21, 4-hour mid 21-day 13 EMA. Right. Just to confirm that support. And then we get a move back to 4-hour top at 28. You can just play commons on this and be okay. Okay. NEO delivered 9,985 vehicles in March. It feels like that's what they do every month, right? Represents a 37% increase year over year. Delivered almost 27,000 vehicles in 3 months, 28%. They said plans to unveil 2022 NEO ES8, ES6, and EC6 with the latest digital cockpit hardware late in May. I mean, I look at NEO and kind of laugh because when I first started trading it, this was one of my free stocks that was given to me. It was like $1. right? Key levels 2150, right? Will it become a $50 stock again? I don't know. I don't know. It used to be like this used to be a staple, but right, look at this. We're still below the 200 day. Regardless, above 2350, we hit 2650, 34. Okay, that's a big move though. $2 ATR or some crap like that. Okay, FSR, one of those short squeeze candidates, passed 400 or 40,000 reservations for its new Ocean SUV and will open pre-orders for limited edition Ocean One in July. I mean, I don't even know what this one is. It worth throwing a couple thousand out for to own some commons? Maybe. I mean, it's a $3 range, right? 14 to $4 range. So if you're cool with something that moves $4 up or down, right? Daily bottom, daily top, daily bottom, daily top, 4 hour, right? Play the calcs off of this easy, right? Daily bottom, daily mid, daily top, daily top, daily mid, daily bottom, daily bottom, daily mid, daily top, daily top, daily mid, daily bottom. See what I'm saying there? Slap an alert at 10:50 the next time it comes back down. Grab some. Okay. Lululemon. Oh, no. Lulu's Fashion Lounge Holding, not to be confused with Lululemon, which I did already this morning. Q4 EPS at 3 cents versus 7-cent loss, right? All right, this is just a mistake on my part. So, retail downgrades from Barclays include Wayfair downgraded to underweight from equal, 103 price target. Gap GPS downgraded to underweight from with a target to cut to 13 from 17. American Eagle downgraded to EUW or equal weight from overweight, target to 19 from 24. And Urban Outfitters downgraded to equal weight from overweight, target 29 versus 34. Retail sector getting clapped right now with downgrades. Okay, just clapped, dude. All right, world news: China March Kaixin Manufacturing Pmi, actual 48 versus 54 or 50.4 previous and below the estimate of 49.9. So Chinese manufacturing PMI is low. What does that mean? It's not showing me. Interesting. However, Japanese tank and large manufacturing index beat 14 versus 12 consensus, and Q1 large non-manufacturing better at 9.9 versus 5. So that means Japan's actually producing a lot of stuff, which is good. Okay. All right. We have eco data day. Right. Earnings, non-farm payroll, and unemployment at 8:30. And then we have manufacturing PMI at 9:45, 10 o'clock, ISM manufacturing, construction spending, and manufacturing prices. And then, yeah, so 8:30, 9:45, and 10, 1 o'clock, even though it's not listed here, which is frustrating. We have Baker Hughes weekly rig count data comes through at 1 Eastern. Okay. What will that do? That'll affect crude. So if you're in any of those crude plays, make sure you set an alarm for like 12:45 Eastern to be like, all right, let's manage some positions here, okay? All right. Asian markets. And there we go. US S&P futures looking higher at 0.5% above 4550, near overnight highs at 4555 after yesterday's late swoon sent the index down 1.5%. The rebound comes ahead of monthly payroll job reports at 8:30, where estimates are for 490 new, or excuse me, estimates are at 490,000 non-farm payrolls, 480,000 private payrolls, right? So this would be a decrease, right? Unemployment to dip to 3.7 and wages to rise up 0.4% month over month or 5.5 year over year. Okay. That's supposed to be bullish, right? Weakness in China's manufacturing overnight as its PMI was lower. We just went through that. Treasury yields are rebounding after tumbling in the last 2 days of the quarter, but still posted its best quarter since '94, as the 10-year yield jumped to highs of 2.5% after ending 2021 at 1.5%, with the 2-year also rounding around 2.3 after surging over 150 BPS this quarter. In Asian markets, the Nikkei Index fell 155 points to close the week down. The Shanghai Index rose 30 points and the Hang Seng gained 0.19%. In Europe, the DAX gains roughly 0.5% and the FTSE is a little bit higher. The first quarter of 2022 has closed with some sharp selling pressure. That's the Nasdaq 100 falls 9% for the worst quarter since March 2020, and the benchmark S&P falls 4.9% since, for its worst first quarter since March of 2020. Fresh signs of raising inflation and slower consumer spending put investors on the defense as they weigh in what the Fed's tightening plans will actually do. All 11 S&P 500 sectors finished today lower, and broad selling to the close, paced by declines in small caps, semis, and financials. Treasury yields tumbled, along with oil prices and energy stocks, as the U.S. said it would release a record amount from its strategic petroleum reserve at 180 million barrels to help boost supply in the face of rising prices. The dollar gained and gold edged higher. Well, we know what happens when gold moves up, right? Let me bring this down so that y'all can see it. Hopefully I can. LGVN up. Let's see if I can get this move over here. It's not going to let me. LGVN. Y'all remember that one, right? Crude is down 1.9%. Come on. It's not going to let me do it. Dang it. All right. I was trying to figure out a way to, maybe I can do this. Maybe this will work. All right, y'all can see that now. Okay, let that load up for a second. Then we'll get into it. Come on. All right, that's going to take a minute to load. After it loads, we'll get into it, okay? I wanted to show you where the ES is in comparison. All right, let's get into some futures real quick. How am I doing on time? All right. From the Dilly Dally Daily. All right, what happened? All right, 382. This doesn't even make sense. All right. Failed bull flag. Like I said, we were coming back down. We tested this snow line, right? It's held. Looking for a move into here today, right? The first of the month. We are holding our snow line at 4540-esque, okay? Roundabout. 2150 cross up and over, right? Let's move this to a 4-hour so you can see that pullback, right? We broke the 21, the 50-day held, right? 50-day and snow line. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to have this line up for this, right? Came down, we held. We're trying to make a move back up. So the 50 days holding, right? This low to high, we broke below the 318. We're testing it again. we may get another move down to the downside. So, okay, if we get a close below the 50-day, below this 45.38.25 level, then we move back down to 44.75. Okay, snow line to skyline, skyline consolidation. Let's finally load up. Okay, thank you. All right, so I was telling you we were getting some MACDs, some Bollinger Bands, and some RSI crossovers, right? They're all at lows right now. But more importantly, what I want us to focus on today is this white line. Let's move it over here. Make sure y'all can see this. It's really hard to see, but there's a white line right there. That's the weekly quant 0 line. We moved up it to the H1, right? Machines came in and started defending this level on the H1, which pushed us back down to support. Okay, currently below the 8, holding the 2-hour Ichimoku cloud. Okay, we can easily rip, quick move up to the 21-day at 45.76. If we reject that, we push back down to these white line levels here. If we break this Ichimoku cloud, this is our downside target, 44.87. Right? The machines will start coming in around here on the daily to start defending this area. But on the larger overall move for the week, right? Machines are pulling it down to this level here, 44.50, right? That's where I think a lot of a bounce will come in, right? That's where buying the dip, this area here. We look at the move so far, right? Could be construed as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave mount, 5 wave down. What I'm saying is I'm not super bullish until we start getting some closes above 45.70, and even then, I don't think we overtake 4600. Right? I think that we're going to get smacked back down. Okay, this is the expected move from a computer programming, from a machine buying and selling level. Okay, with this stuff curling around is the only thing that's got me like maybe we get a little wick up before we get a right, but I don't think we're not going to go. That's not going to be super large, right? Yeah. Anyway, let's look at it from the NQ perspective, real quick. It's Friday, and I like seeing bigger picture things on my Thinkorswim charts on Friday, just because I don't stare at TradingView all day. I stare at Thinkorswim, so let's let that get loaded up. But yeah, there it is. There's that same move, right? 50 days holding. I mean, I should probably throw a 50-day on there just so that we can see, right? That was a 2-hour chart, so let me show you the 2-hour chart here. Snow line up to 45.70 for a larger move down, or we just reject and continue to move down. Okay. All right, let's look at the daily on the Dow or the NASDAQ. NASDAQer, what happened? That close, we couldn't hold the 200A. What does that mean? I think we're looking for a pullback to support before we take another run up at it. All right, this is the first attempt at clearing the 200A. After such a massive move down, I think that this is just pullback to support. Okay. Kind of want to clear my fibs out and see what we got from this kind of a move here. There's a lot of symmetry. There's a lot of congestion here at this 14,400 level. That would be a 618 pullback. It would be snow line to skyline, or excuse me, snow line to tree line. So I would like a couple down days in the NASDAQ. Maybe hold the 21. I don't think we get a big flush down, but maybe we retest the 50-day, and then it's on, right? And it's on like Donkey Kong. We'll go buy some leaps out into, out into summer, some June. on this pullback here, get some June 15,400 calls, right? From an Elliott wave perspective, yeah, it's tough to look at it from, because this is really, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrective pattern. All right, I'm bringing it down to the 4-hour. We broke below the 21. Right, we have support 14,815, 14,666, target 14,447. Right. Remember, the larger overall move retracement 50% puts us at the 4-hour 200 day. So just set an alert 14,812. Below that, I think we get a nice little flush. We can just consolidate here today, right, and maybe make this move next week. But so far, the 21-day has failed. The 50-day, however, has been instrumental in providing support. Looking at it from a 30-minute perspective, right, big old rounded top, right, kind of fighting the way back up. Don't get trapped up there, bulls, okay? Don't get trapped in bull trap. All right, this is the NQ, real similar to what the ES was showing us, right? We pulled back. We're currently trading at, where are we at? All right, so we traded. So you see where? All right, it's kind of hard to show you. This is a weekly quant level, right? So zero line, right? Buyers come in, computers defend the high one, pushing it back down. Computers defend the high one. Okay, new week starts. Computers come up, right? Very rarely do we get closes at H2. Right, we came up, tested the H2, computers came in, started pushing stuff down. All right, we're below the 8, below the 21. We're on the daily zero line, so we can go up. Right, we can go up to the H1, up to 15,158. Right, but this weekly is bigger. Right? Bigger time frames have more weight. Okay, maybe a quick flip to 15,000, and then the rejection back down below this zero line to the weekly 0 at 14,750, and then the low one at 14,675. Okay, I think those are some levels where machines may come in and start defending. Right, you don't get closes above the high 2 very often, right? This is another one. This is the NQ now, where it looks like we're starting to curl back up and around. Like we retested 21. If we can get back above the 21, then yeah, I'm bullish. But if we reject it, I'm gonna short it. Okay. Continue to push it down. All right, let's look at the YM. Get that loaded and come back over here. All right, 30-minute chart. We gave up the 200. We're maintaining the 21, but this falling 50 is going to stuff us for this next move down. Remember, 14.8, was it 14.775 is what I said earlier, right? Which is skyline, right? 14.6. Right, this tree line is a magnet now. We reject these levels, okay? I wouldn't go long on the NQ until we get back above the 30-minute 200 at the very least, right? We've maintained that level for a long time. It's the first time we're below it. So down day on NQ. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Next up on our list is a dilly dally daily Dow. Right. Looking at it from a daily perspective. What happened? Well, we knew it was going to be a gamble, but we do have that 2150 crossover coming today. However, the 200 overheads should stuff us. Right. Up above the 200. Bull flag failure. Below it. Now we got to fight to get back up above it. From a 4-hour perspective, right? That rounded top is not bullish, by the way. So what did it do? It pushed us back down through the 21 through the 50, right? We're fighting to get back up above the 50, but if we do that, right, we might get some immediate rejection from the 21. Shorts might come in and start pushing it back down to, you guessed it, 34,000. 4-hour. Like a lot of traders trade off this 4-hour chart, right? They're like, oh, we haven't, we can't retake the 50-day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move down. Okay. If you want to wait till you get above 35,000 to go long again, you can, but I think that we're going to get stuffed soon. Okay, let's look at it from a 30-minute perspective. Pretty clean, easy to see chart. Gave up a 200-day on the 30-minute. The shorts came in and just pushed. Okay, we're fighting. We got it above the 21. We got a 50-day coming in. A little squeeze, 21 50-day squeeze happening here. Safe move would be 34,820 to 34,962. But do we reject this 50-day and consolidate into the open, right? We start getting some 30-minute closes below this 21, then, right, skyline 34,560. Shoot, we might even make a new low. Okay, so from this move up, from this low to this high, we fell below the 382, and now we're trying to retake it. If that fails, then I think we come down and make a new low. Yeah, the Dow doesn't look the greatest, by the way. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good with that. Let's look at it from, look at it on this chart here. This is the YM. Kind of the same, the YM? Yeah, kind of the same story all around, right? Below the 2-hour Ichi cloud, below the 8, below the 21, right down to the weekly 0 line. So this is considered the mean almost, right? For the week. Like we're starting to get a lot of cross ups and overs, but if we can't start getting not only momentum through the 21, right? We reject 21 rejection, we come back down. 34,700. Just throw an alert on there below that, and then let's look at move down to 34,342 or potentially 34,100. Okay, and that was YM, and then we need the Russell. All right, as that loads up, we'll move over here and do it on this one. Does this help? Does this help, like, so y'all can see what kind of is going on in the brain of my head? So I'm looking at what's going on from an overall market perspective, looking at it at 2 charts. Let me know in the comment section below, okay? All right. We knew that the Russell was kind of going to be a little bit more finicky with what it had going on, right? We got that 2150 crossover the other day. We've just kind of consolidated since there. This snow line's been very important, 2115, right? From a retracement perspective, from this move, from this low to this high, we fell below at 382, but we didn't come back down and test the 21 yet. This rising 21 on the daily may be our support level, okay? Let's look at it from a 4-hour perspective, right? Gave up the 50-day on the 4-hour, came right down. These, you guys think these purple lines are no joke. They're legit. Okay, so reject 2080, support at 2067. Below that, we come down, test this trend line support here first on our way to the skyline, or the snow line, or excuse me, tree line, right? 2038. Fire line, tree line, snow line. Doesn't wait as a matter of weighted importance for support resistance, okay? We got to overtake that 50-day, and then we possibly could see it move up, but I think we're getting a down day on the Russell as well. I don't know what's taking so long. There we go. Show you what this looks like from a bigger perspective. right? We are just in consolidation mode. 2000, 2100, 2000, 1900, iron fly out, and that would be worth bank. All right. Big difference in the story here. You see here, right? How come I'm not able to get? All right, so I'm getting a quant study error on this. So that's gonna suck. I have to go out to Johnny. I can't show this one. Sorry. I can show you where you can buy it, or you can send me a message on Discord. We can talk privately. Anyway, that data may take a little while to load. So basically, let's look at it from a 30-minute. The 30-minute should really be your guide, y'all, right? Like we knew on the 30-minute that we had stack positive moving averages here. We would have went long. As soon as we cracked one of them, we got to let things reset a little bit, right? As soon as we got this move right here, we went long, right? As soon as this move failed, look what happened. So now we're retesting the downside moves, right? 30-minute, 50-day is resistance, right? Start making that move down. You could probably maybe draw a trend line from that low to there. 2068 and lower, we go short, right? Yeah, I'm just not super bullish on the Russell. Okay. All right, from daily perspective, let's look at gold real quick. All right, so gold's doing the dang thing. It's holding up its 21-day, right? Fell below it. 200 or the 50-day came in for some support. We rallied back up. We back tested. We held it. So I'm looking for gold to make a new high. Well, not a new high. My bad. Let me rephrase that. I'm looking for gold. Look at that perfect trend line. Look at that. Up through it, back test it for support, right? We've got, let's look at an intraday level here, right? Look at that. Moving average, convergence, divergence, spaghetti strap, nightmare is what it is. But what's important is on the 4-hour, the 4-hour 50 did not cross below the 4-hour 200. The 4-hour 21 is starting to cross back up and over. Price is holding these levels, right? So, oh, I spoke too soon. My sad. Interesting here. Let's look at it from 30. What's going on? All right, we're holding the 200-day on the 30-minute, but below the 50-21. All right, so this could be consolidation, compression, forming along the 200-day on the 30-minute. We start getting closes below that, not just wicks, but closes below it. Then we have to look at some downside moves, right? Run some fib levels. Let's just do that now. .618 retracing on the 30-minute. As long as that holds, I think we'll be all right. Wicks are fine, but we start getting body closes below 1929. Then there's a real possibility of testing 1913, right? That would fill this little gap over here. A little gap there that runs 1918 to 1918 to 1919. Okay. You can set an alert at 1943 on the 30-minute to get long, but until then, just kind of let it shake itself out. All right, looking at crude from a daily, right? Trend line failure. So we failed our trend line. I don't know where this support line level came in, but we have a demand zone down at 93 to 95, right? Push down to that for next move up from a 4-hour perspective. We made a new low, right? So from this high to this low, we came in, We retraced, tried to come up, and we made a new low. So I think there is a case to be made for this doji candle here on the 4-hour. If that just created this as a new demand zone, if that's the case, demand zone pullback, demand zone pullback. I'm gonna keep an eye on crude today. Gotta keep an eye on it. So yesterday we were all about, oh, we'll release our own oil reserves, which still pushed it down. Possible 1, 2, 3 reversal. That would be the biggest one pullback I've seen in an Elliott wave in a long time. Right, downtrending stock, downtrending index. Okay, ZB bonds, 30-minute. Yesterday, slowly melting up snow line or this skyline. Next skyline is up here at 151. Currently, we're riding our pullback trend. Right, got it from a daily perspective, so y'all can see where I drew that line at. Right, pullback trend to the next leg up. 147 support, long above 150. Right, we're looking for that reversal to come through. Okay, and then finally the yen. Right, remember we've had great moves up on the ES. All time the yen's failing. Last couple days we've kind of been choppy into the downside. Does the yen continue to make a move down, which would make us bullish, or does the yen continue to move up, which would make us, in my opinion, bearish? Okay, just start stacking factors, right, to make decisions on. All right, there we go. This is the Russell, right? Consolidation, right? Right in the 8, the 21. Kiss the, no, that's a 4-hour. Kiss the 4-hour cloud. Came up from the 0 line. We ripped up to H1. Computers came in, start defending this area. They push it back down. Now we're at key levels of support again. However, we are below the 8 and the 21 and below the 0 line. Now, from a daily, we're right at that 0 line again. So what I would say is if we crack 2064, that we get a cloud move down, 2035, possibly some wicks down to 2019. We get above the 21, right? I mean, a close above the 21. So 2085, 2100, and then 2120. That's on the Russell, 4-hour. I don't think the 2-hour is going to, yeah, for some reason it didn't want to give me enough data for that 2-hour move, which is interesting. It did on everything else. All right, let's let that load up for a second. All right, that's it for them. Real quick, bread and butter stocks. Just going to run through these quickly. Apple, big move up, multi-day move up from 0 line to 1 to the H1. Okay. I think that this is also turn. What am I gonna get? All right. Apple 172. We're getting a 2150 cross up and over. That might be enough to pull Apple up. However, with the overall market kind of being in a down move, right? 172 support, right? Come back down, chill here for a little bit. So 0 line, H1, they defend the H1, push it back down to the 0 line, 172. Below that, we start a down move to 168, right? Pretty easy to see that down move. From a daily, See, I should have extended hours turned off on this for this to work really, right? But Apple 172 support. Below that, 168 comes real quick. We get that down move today? Maybe. I got a 30-minute squeeze that could fire to the downside, right? Yeah. Just so you know, the bread and butter stocks, all of them have bearish divergence from the flow index, right? AMD, I think this is a sub $100 stock, right? However, we are trading at that low 1 area from this white line, so they may come in and start defending this area here. You can set an alert 109, below 109, then you get that pretty big move down to 106. For me, I think there may be a rally in AMD today. If not, this is going to be a big old nasty move down. 122 to 100 to 122 to 100. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to load up two sides, right? On this trend line break, and break down below 109, I'm going to load the 106s for a bounce, right? If we get down here and hold this, I'm going to look at the 110s. Does it pin at 110 today? It could. Put down and up, or it fails and we continue to move down. Okay, that's AMD. I love playing AMD. All right, NVIDIA 30-minute, not looking the greatest, right? Gave up its 200-day on its 30-minute skyline, right? Again, same kind of deal, and there's a nice, easy to read trend line right here, right? Looks like we wicked through it already. Below 273, 270 puts, those are so fire. There's so much value in those right now. Larger move, 263. I bet you 270 is a 50% retracement from this big old move it had the other day. Oh, it's a 382. That's close enough, right? That's a good pullback. If we bounce there, then we get we're still in an uptrend. Let these moving averages sort themselves out, but we gave it the 50. Now let's look. 270, 265 puts on AMD. I don't think we get the big rally today. All right. Wedge. It's either going to break out. It's going to break down. Okay. That was NVIDIA. What did I do? Do I have NVIDIA in there twice? The Tesla. This 30-minute 200 has been super important until it starts giving it up. Okay. There's a fire line at Tesla's 1079. Right. Can definitely come down and make a lower low. 1064. I like the 1040 puts, to be honest with you. Pretty basic fib levels. Right. 1064, 1050. 1050 is a 382 retrace. Makes sense. Okay. If you can afford the 1050s, I like that. I don't think it's going to close at it, but I think it may come down and test it. SPY, the story remains the same. This 200-day has caused issues. So rally to the 21, reject the 21, reject the 200 on the 30-minute, right? If it can't get above this today, right, retest that 50-day, like 450 puts, 444 puts, right, for next week, 444 puts next week, right? Look at the 30-minute 200. We gave it up. Haven't been able to reclaim it. That's a big deal, y'all. QQQ is riding the 200, right? It's being squeezed between the 21 and the 200. If this fails, right? $360, $357 puts. If this holds and we can make a new high above pre-market high at 364.24, 365.68 immediately rejection, or through that we have this snow line resistance at 366. Do we get back above 366? If we get above 366, then we hit 370, 372. We start making new highs, right? But look at this. This is a big deal, right? We're riding that 200-day on the 30-minute. 30-minute or the 2 hour should really kind of guide your way. What's going on here? Hold on. Dude, never mind. All right, I'm not gonna let things affect my day. Idiots affect my day. I promise you, I'm not gonna do it. SPX gave up the 200-day as well. Snow line 45.18, 45.05 support. Below that, we fall down to 44.54. All right, let's do this. All right, looking at this is the Flow Index, y'all. Smart money dark pool block trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. The Flow Index tracks large institutions, hedge funds, smart monies, dark pools, and block trades. Creates the Flow Index. That Flow Index lets us know what's happening with smart money, what they're doing compared to the rest of the world. Everybody's buying into this Apple rally. Well, you know what? Smart money diverged from 158, right? They're selling you these shares that everybody's buying, knowing that, hey, you know, we're in from way back here. Like we're in it from 130. As soon as we hit that divergence point at 158, let's start selling everybody these shares so that when we drop it, we can get in at a good price as the price starts coming back down. This is divergence, and divergence will play out. They've been net selling Apple for weeks. Okay. Apple filled the gap, right? 174 dark pool level. Below that, we have a 172 regular block level. Okay. Flow index was starting to curl back up and around, but guess what? It's going to keep pulling us down. We can run a fib from this high to this low, right? A 618 retracement, y'all, is 168. A 50% retracement is 164. And the trend confirming 382 retracement is 161. That is a big move down. I think our divergence is at about 158, right? Maybe a little higher. Let's go 163. Let's just do a 50% retracement, right? There's a big move there. There's a $10 move down on Apple, okay? Does it hit it today? I don't know, but is it going to hit it? More likely, okay? All right, let's get into your requests. Real quick, purple line is a normal algorithm. Green bars are price action. Blue lines are dark pool block trades. Red lines are regular block trades, and white lines are good time. What a white line means is that there's a regular and a dark pool that are printed on top of each other, and those are key inflection points. All right, who do we got? First person here was Killer. Does Killer have any requests? Not that I see. Terry is next. Terry, do you got anything you want to see? Not really seeing anything from Terry. Billy, good morning. All right. I'm not seeing any requests for anything other than Tesla. All right, we will look at Tesla and MMI. Oh, there's my dog. All right, I'm gonna have to take care of him in a minute. He just woke up too. Okay. Tesla 15-minute. All of these stocks have bearish divergence. Tesla's divergence, I'm at like 1,000 maybe, right? I think that's a good level. Big gap fill to the downside, right? Tesla's making the flow index is definitely making lower lows and lower highs on that sucker, right? Tesla gave up some key dark pool levels overnight. There's a gap that needs to be filled. Those 1,000 puts are looking super juicy now, aren't they? Yes, they are. I talked about those earlier this week when we were up here. I was like, no, I'm looking at these 1,000 puts. Okay. MMI. Okay, what do we got here? So price is heading one direction. The flow index is following it. Right? Kind of following it a little bit. No real blocks in the last 9 days. This looks pretty overextended, right? Pretty overextended. 50% retrace, 618 retracement puts us back at 50. 50% retracement puts us back down at 49. There's looks like we got. I mean, there's looks like, is it a channel or some trendline stuff? But this big drop isn't giving me any confidence in this. Look at the flow index. If it doesn't make right, rejection. If it rejects it again, I think you can pull price down with it. Okay, I don't know what MMI does, but this looks pretty overextended. Okay, especially with 1, 2, 3 gaps that need to be filled. MMI. Okay. I think I already did Apple, didn't I? All right. Apple backfilled the gap. It's stair stepping its way down, but it's still coming back down to fill that divergence. We're at a white line level, 175. What is... All right. Average earnings, little change. Non-farm employment change was down. Unemployment rate was down a little bit. Mixed market reviews on that. Let's see. Yeah. It's a big move down on NQ, right? They buy the dip here, or does it continue to just sell off? Giving up this 200 day is a big deal, y'all. Big deal. Super important. All right, so I'm thinking we get down days today. I'll look at puts across the board, to be honest with you. NVIDIA puts, Tesla puts, Apple puts, right? $10.50 puts on Tesla all day. Be looking at those. Okay. All right, that's it for me. I got to run. I hope I got everybody's stuff done. There was a question, and do I always use the flow trade chart with the algo line on it to determine moves on stocks, or do I actually look at the dark pool flow prints? I use the flow index 15-minute to see trend relationship, and if there is divergence during the day, I'll crack it down to the 1-minute chart and watch prints come in, right? Like this white little box right here at the close was when this dark pool came in, right? 177.30. Well, what happened on 177.30 sell order? You get a lot of flow back down to the downside, okay? To answer your question, yes, I do watch the 1 minute charts throughout the day. I also incorporate it with some other stuff. This is what the 1 minute chart looks like. If you ever wanted to see it, I'll just speed it up for you guys so you can see what's going on. All right. See how the flow index is guiding the way? Watch that purple line. It shows which way things are going to go before price action actually hits it. If I slow it down, you'll notice that that block came in right here. The price came down with it. Yes, we have a replay tool. It's pretty dang sweet. If you're ever interested in how things or why things move the way they do, slap that tool on and watch. That print just came in there. Boom, big buy order coming out of it. Okay. So if you haven't already got your free trial of FlowTrade, or if you're not already a member, let me know. I'm actually going to give you a link right now to a free trial. Me and Dark Pool Charts are in the chat group. Come join us, ask our questions in the Discord, right? We can get you through anything y'all pretty much need as far as questions go. Here is the link to the free trial of the FlowTrade. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay green, and I'll see you all over the weekend.